Guys, welcome. We are super excited about tonight's announcements and everything that's happening. Holy moly, the call last night was incredible. Lavelle is always dropping bombs on us, and so we are super excited to be bringing this to you tonight on top of what is happening with the company. A few of us leaders have teamed up. We've locked arms, and we are ready to run. We're ready to kickstart June. We know that the status quo is the summer months are slower. Well, that doesn't happen here, because if you're plugged in, you're ready to run. If you're plugged in, you're going to grow. And we're not going to use that excuse this summer. So that's what these leaders and I have collaborated with. That's what we've talked about. And that's what we're going to do for the next 13 weeks. We are going to bring it for you. And that means you need to show up. That means you get to grow your business. And we are super excited about that. First off, what we're going to do is we're all going to talk to you guys about what it means to run from day one. We have promoters that have been in the company for 3 weeks on here today. We have promoters who've been in the company for 4 years today, and anybody in between, right? But all of these topics are going to be important and valuable for you. So get yourself a notepad, get yourself a pen, and let's take some notes, because here's what I want from you. I want you guys to commit to 13 weeks. I'm not asking you for 4 months. I'm not asking you for 6 months. I'm not asking you for a year yet. I will later. But I'm asking you for 13 weeks of commitment. So in the chat, if you're committed for 13 weeks to go all in to build your business for you, say I'm all in. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear that chat just blowing up, because guys, we're going to bring it for you, but you got to be all in. You got to show up. And we do have a lot of exciting things that are coming, that are happening. And I'm super excited. So without further ado, I'm going to kick this off, if I can get my little notes here, because I can't get them pulled up. Here we go. My topic is run from day one, okay? This month has 31 days in it, right? But we're committing for 13 weeks. So what does run from day one mean? That means I want you to master your calendar, okay, guys? I'm a calendar person. I write everything down in my calendar because it keeps me accountable. I write my workouts down. I write my water intake down. I write my doctor's appointments down. I write my reach outs down, my follow-ups down. I mean, I basically write everything under the sun, except for my son's hockey meeting that is at 8 o'clock tonight, and I'm on a Zoom. So I double booked myself and didn't write it down. But master your calendar and do that tonight before you go to bed. What are you going to plug into? What are you going to do? What doctor's appointments do you have? What appointments do you have? What, I don't know, birthday parties do you have? My daughter's teaching swim lessons right now in the backyard. So I know for the next 2 weeks we have swim lessons. If it's personal, write it down. If it's business, write it down. You can use one calendar to master your month. And I really want you guys to get real good at keeping a schedule of what you're doing. Because when you're on schedule, you're on task. And when you're on task, you tend to take action and you make it happen, okay? You guys are awesome. You guys are incredible. But if you're not mastering your time is going to take over, and it's going to be wasted time. And that's not what you're wanting. Okay. So the next thing I want to do is, after you've mastered your calendar, I want you guys to plug in. Look at you guys tonight showing up. You're ready to be committed. Look at all of you posting, I'm all in. I'm all in. Guys, plugging in is a part of growing, okay? There is not one leader on here that does not continuously grow because they're continued to plug in, right? Dawn is always plugged in. KA is always plugged in. Courtney is always plugged in. And guys, that's the same for you. There are so many things that you can plug into. The one thing I don't want you to do is get overwhelmed, okay? All that's out there, all the calls, all the Zooms, everything that's going to be offered for you over the next 13 weeks, it's not a must that you get on all of them. But what it is a must that you dial into 3 or 4 things a week. That has been the norm for the last 6 years. That's still the norm now. If you're plugged in, you can be excited. If you're plugged in, you're gonna learn and you're gonna grow. Guys, I'm 6.5 years in, and guess what? I still learn and I still grow. And that's gonna be the same for you. So I am super, super excited about this tonight. We're going to just toss it off to KA to talk to you guys about the next thing to run from day one, what you're going to do. Take your notes, get ready, buckle up. We've got some exciting things towards the end that we're going to launch for all of you guys. So here we go. Go, KA.
All right, guys. My topic is duplication. I remember the very first call that I dialed into when I was secretly listening into the company. They said on that call, the biggest copycat wins. And I've stuck with that this whole time, these 5.5 years. Who's succeeding? Who do you see getting the shout outs that they're hitting the ranks? They're announcing new promoters. Are you seeing their faces on, the screenshots that people post? Oh, that Zoom was so fun, or, things like that. Who's in the zone? Duplicate, success leaves clues. Jennifer always says that. So you want to definitely follow the leaders who are in the game. Who do you see that's, are you, a leader that has a bigger team? Who do you see that's on the top of your PPA report? What are they doing? What's going on? You want to see those people. Those are the people you want to maybe duplicate what they're doing. And don't ever feel like you can't duplicate newer people. I mean, I'm like Jennifer said, we're always still learning, and the business is different than it was when I started. So there's a lot that we can duplicate. The VIP bonus, the way that we share the product, those things, the 3 steps are never going to change. So we always want to duplicate the way we share that. I think that's very, very important. But guys, 3 little tips that I'm going to give you just on duplicating that have made my business easier. I am happy with copy and paste. If something works for me, I'm just going to continue to do that. So if you find something that works, there's no harm in the power of copy and paste, as long as it's you. It's a genuine message that maybe you would say. Everyone that knows me, I've always said, you're going to love me forever because I'm hooking you up with this Thrive, because that's just how I am. That's just how I talk. So when I leave a message with someone, those are the things that I say. If that's not something that you would say, then don't use my message. Be you and think of how you just would have a conversation with your friends. And that's the way you want to treat this business, and duplicate that. Maybe, what I've done, honestly, we used to just send voice clips, and Dawn turned me on to the voice memos, guys. This was last year. On your phone, there's an app. If you pull it up, mine's under like my extras on my phone up here when I click it. And I don't know, it came with my iPhone. It's called voice memos. It looks like a heartbeat kind of. Well, on here, what you can basically do is record a message to your phone, and it's stored there. And you can send that as voice clips via text and via messenger. And it can be longer than the 1-minute clips that you have to record individually in Facebook Messenger. So I have on my phone, it's labeled, one says my story. If I get put in a 3-way message and someone wants to know my story, boom, sent. If I have someone that's starting Thrive, or, I have how to take it. Someone wants to know what is Thrive, boom, what is Thrive message. Those are like my 3 main ones that I use. And I have those on hand at all times. They make it super easy because it's done. So you don't have to spend 2 hours saying it over and over and over again. So voice memos, guys, I have an iPhone, so I'm sure that there's got to be a feature on Android that you can use. That's a huge time saver as well. You can also record a video of yourself on your phone walking someone through those 3 steps, or a video on your phone of you talking, asking someone for a free customer account, and send that as well. It's saved to your phone. So copying those things and duplicating are incredible. And another duplicated tip that saves time is your screen record. If you're looking to save time, and you have customers, I have saved to my phone the 3 steps and order. I have like a mock customer account. Everyone should have just a random customer account that they can go in, and because their screen looks different from ours. I have it saved where I can just log in. I empty the cart every time, and I record on my screen an auto ship order, and I show them how to do it. This is what they're getting. If it's someone that's switching it up, they want ultras or black label, I will record a new video and send it to them. If I'm not going to be on the phone with someone, I want them to know how to order it. And then I always screenshot them the picture that shows where they manage their auto ship. So if you have an iPhone, on your iPhone, it's right at the bottom. It's a little button here, and it goes 3, 2, 1, and it starts recording. It will record everything that's happening on your phone. So when you see, maybe you have a post with all kinds of before and afters, and you scroll through it, you can use that as a tool and duplicate it. Say, listen, these are some amazing stories from my team. Boom, saved. I'm going to message that to a ton of people. How to do it. So duplicate things and save them on your phone to keep things simpler. Not everybody has a million hours in the day, so I feel like this has been super helpful. And that's my topic. Duplicate. Copycat wins, guys. If somebody's rocking it, ask, how did you do that? Show me. And now you'll know. Who's next?
All right, I think I'm next. Can you hear me, Carrie Ann?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, guys, for having me. Good evening. Thank you to everyone that is joining us. I'm super excited for this summer leadership series. So my favorite topic and what I'm going to talk about are 3-way calls and connections in Messenger. Guys, our team was built on 3-way calls. I did a 3-way call today for a potential new promoter driving back from the dealership, picking my car up this afternoon. It's summertime. You can take a call from the beach. You can take a call from the pool. 3-way calls are super efficient. They should be short and sweet. We're validating the product. We're validating the Thrive experience. We're also talking to friends, family, neighbors, potential customers, and we're giving them information about how to take the product correctly, what to expect in a 3-day sample or a 5-day sample. We're answering their questions. We're basically, putting forth our education and our knowledge about the product or the business side. And it's just beautiful the way the phone works. So if you are not out there utilizing 3-way calls or 3-way messages, our team does call specific, but some teams do 3-way Facebook messages, that third-party validation, again, to validate the Thrive experience, to help explain, especially if you're new. You should not be trying to go over the ins and the outs of the 3 steps, how it works, why it works in the body, why is it, why is the mix ultra micronized? Like, you're not supposed to know all the ins and the outs of the 3 steps, but we do as your leaders. And so rule of thumb is traditionally like a 12K leader or up should be doing those 3-way calls with you. That is obviously knowledgeable and can talk about the product, but these calls are just absolute fire and magical. And it's hard to explain why, but people always say, thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Thank you for explaining it. Thank you for answering my questions. And we want them to hang up and feel all warm and fuzzy. That's basically what we want them to do. And then they can make a decision if they want to just get a 3 or 4 day sample from you, or maybe they want to go ahead and order at your website. These are not salesy calls. We do not push product. We don't make people grab their credit cards. We are just here to simply inform and educate. And it's just beautiful the way the 3-way calls work. So make sure somehow, some way that you are, bringing in that third-party validation from your upline leadership to help. 3-way calls, 3-way message chats are fine. I know our team does calls. But make sure really with that Facebook Messenger, here's an example. I had a customer today. She's about done with her sample. She was thinking about ordering. I was going to get her on a call, but we just kept talking, and she was asking me questions and how are your boys doing? And, you know, it was funny because I was going back and forth and sending voice clips, and my husband's like, who is that? You're talking to her like you're best friends. And I said, well, it's Kelly that I met at AJ's party 2 years ago, and she saw my sticker, you know, my DFT, and she asked me about it, and I added her as a friend like over 2 years ago. She just got a sample, and so I was building that relationship with her through the messenger today. And I had to sit down and say, you know, how are you? You know, how's your kiddos? How you guys doing? How you hanging in there? She's telling me about her husband's work. And I genuinely care because I'm building a relationship with this potential thriver. After we talked a little bit, she even messaged me back and asked me about promoting. And how does that work? And she was asking me about the DFTs. So making time to be very genuine and caring about our potentials, you know, connecting in messages is super important, but also big picture of third party validation, doing three-way calls, welcome calls, potential promoter calls. Using the phone is so critical for your business. And honestly, guys, we would not have a 200K board behind me or a Team Millionaire recipient award if we didn't do three-way calls. And I honestly swear and believe that with all of my heart, because that is exactly how we grew and still grow to this day. So thank you for having me about validating, and I'll throw it over to the next leader.
I love it, Courtney. I just want to touch on this really quick. Three-way chats has been a game changer for us. I'm telling you what, it's just helped get so many people thriving for free for Maria's contest, because we throw like customers that never wanted to be promoters before in a message, and it's been huge. But my topic today is lives, and I wanted to hop on here and tell you guys about how lives has literally, since I was 12K, the first live I've ever did, has been impacting and influencing.
Guys, I need help.
Oh, not sure what happened there. But anyway, so impacting and influencing so many people. So I remember my first live video ever. Yes, it's scary. Yes, it is totally scary to go live and tell people about what you're doing. The first thing that I would suggest for that is to do a live interview with somebody. Anybody on this team would do a live interview with you. And when you do go live, yes, Carrie Ann's waving, and I know Jennifer's saying it. I know I went live with Maria. I know everybody on here, I'm telling you guys, would be interested in telling their story on a live video. It only takes roughly about 15 minutes. And I'm telling you, getting out of your comfort zone is going to be a huge deal for your business. So what happened for when I was 12K is I was afraid for that third party validation. I was afraid to get myself out there because I only had 200 friends on Facebook when I started. So I kind of added people as I went. So as you're going, that's super important, is to add people into your network. But the live videos, I'm telling you guys. So when you jump on a live, put hashtag live, hashtag replay when you're saying it, when you're jump on. And the dual lives is what's getting out to most people. So we used to have dual lives a long time ago, and they cut it out and they just activated it again, like probably about a week or so ago. And once you do that, is it gets out to your network and the person's network you're going live with. So dual lives, I just did a dual live with Maria, and it was about a week ago, and it's already at like 6,000 views, and it's only been a week. And that is just by getting to my network and hers. And anybody can do that, I promise you. So another thing is, when you're jumping on the live and you're waiting for the other person, please don't say, hey, I'm just waiting for somebody to jump on. Just talk a little bit and say, hey guys, put hashtag live if you're on this live, hashtag replay. 90% of the people are going to watch the video on a replay. That's a proven fact. And when you're putting the hashtag live, hashtag replay, it's going to get more interaction, and it's going to allow people to hop in and out of your network. So it's going to hop in and out of people's newsfeed. So it's really important that you're trying to sales, like in a way, like the more people you reach, obviously the more sales you're going to get. So the more people that newsfeed you're in, you're going to get more sales with. On a normal post, you're only getting 7% of your newsfeed is seeing your post. But if you're going live, you know how many people are seeing that? I don't know the percentage, but it's a lot more than just making a post. So do live interviews, do the dual lives. You're going to impact more people. And so for Facebook interaction, I know Carrie Ann and I talk a lot about this on our power hours, is the CPR method, which is comment, post, and reply. What I mean by that is you have to give to get on Facebook. And if you're commenting and loving, okay, not just liking, because if you just like somebody's post, it really doesn't do anything. They want like the harsher comments, like love, mad face, sad face, whatever it may be, because nowadays you never know. But try to keep your Facebook as positive as possible. You can snooze people. We talk about this all the time. You can snooze people for 30 days. If they're being negative, just you don't want to see them. We're trying to be as positive as possible. So I try to stay like not political at all. Like I try to provide lifestyle, tell people what I'm doing, tell people what's going on, tell people about like living, boosting your immune system, living a healthier life. That's what I talk about on Facebook. And if you guys want, you can go check out my news feed. That's what it talks about. Usually I go live and I provide a post like me and my son, or I provide a post of an opportunity, because you guys all know this opportunity is changing so many people's lives, not just financially, but physically as well. So everybody needs these vitamins, and right now is you guys know the call that they talked about last night is get healthy fast, and that's huge for everybody right now. So thank you guys for having me hop on. Just go live, get out of your comfort zone. It's scary, but it's worth it. So thank you guys.
Okay, guys, I am Dawn Stevenson, and I am going to go next, and I am going to share or talk a little bit about goal setting, vision boards, and then talk about just briefly about this incredible promotion that Paul and Jason announced last night. But, I am a huge, those who know me and those that are on my team, really big on goal setting. In fact, I just set my goals yesterday because it was the very first of the month. And a lot of my, when I set goals, let's go back to vision boards. I feel like a vision board is extremely important because you got to know what you want to get out of this business. And I've had people, set, maybe they just want to get their groceries paid for. Maybe they just want to have, purchase a car, have their car paid for, no matter what it is. You got to put that on a vision board where you can see it every day. And, one of the first things that I put on my vision board, this is why I believe it's so powerful, is, just to be able to say goodbye to corporate America. I knew pretty quickly I called Carrie Ann and said, okay, I think this is going to replace my salary. I can say goodbye to corporate America. You guys, I had that plastered on my vision board so I could see it every single day. And I worked my butt off. I hustled. I was still working a corporate America job, but I was getting up earlier, sending messages. I was staying up late after my kids went to bed. I was getting really very little sleep, but the end result was huge. And I really attribute that to just being able to see the vision and what I wanted and to going after that. But goal setting is so important to do each month. And there's several things you need to do when you do goals. First of all, think about what QV volume that you want. It doesn't necessarily have to be the next rank, because sometimes going to the next rank is a big jump. So just look at where you ended last month. I tell my team at the end of the month, take screenshots of your totals and use that tomorrow on the first of the month to be able to set goals. So, having a QV volume amount where you want to achieve, how many new customers and new promoters that you want to enroll. I include that on my goal. So basically a PPA. How many people I want to help hit their VIP bonus, new promoters that I'm going to enroll. How many promoters am I going to help hit ranks, and so forth. So those are kind of number goals. But then what I do is tie it to an action plan. And you guys, this is kind of like a roadmap. You have to know where you're going, and then you have to have plan in order to get to that roadmap. So the action plan is, how much am I going to grow my network? I mean, I went and looked to see how many Facebook friends I had and Instagram friends, and I actually made a goal on where I wanted to be by the end of June. How many new relationships am I going to build with those people by interacting, in their stories, commenting on their posts? Sending birthday messages, every single day, which is huge. Posting on stories and being really consistent on posting on my stories on Facebook and Instagram. Post how many trials I'm going to send out. So all of that. And so, I have it all written down in my planner, right here. And every morning when I make my list of things that I'm going to do, I look at my goals and think, okay, this is what I really need to focus on today. And then I go to work. So anyhow, really, really important. You've got to have goals and you have to have a roadmap in order to achieve those goals. And you have to write it down and it has to be in front of you where you can see it every single day. So anyhow, I want to chat about that real quick. And then I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but you guys, we planned, this leadership series. I don't know, we started talking a couple of weeks ago about it. And just to kickstart it, with the summer, and then boom, Paul and Jason announced this big promotion, last night. And I was pumped and so excited. I'm like, oh my gosh, all of this goes in together so nicely. But, people that really run with this double and triple promotion, you guys, we see more ranks hit during these months than any other month. And then we see the aftermath afterwards of networks growing like crazy. When they first did this promotion, when I was a newbie, I didn't understand how it worked. I did not utilize it the right way. I did not get it. I did not ask enough questions, and I really, if I could take it back, I wish I could have. So I always make sure my team knows how it works and how they can really utilize it. And most of us have probably gone live in our team pages or shared. So I'm not going to go into the details of that because we don't have enough time, but just make sure that you understand the promotion. And I'm telling you what, guys, run after it and go get new promoters. Think about a new promoter that starts and they can go after their VIP 800 bonus, the VIP 1600 bonus, and they can get triple commissions. I mean, they can earn a lot of cash within a couple of weeks. And then you have this free account promo on top of that. So you got a new promoter that comes in. They haven't even talked to anybody in their network, you guys, about Thrive. They're going after those free accounts like crazy. They got $25 preloaded into those free accounts. And so it just makes an excellent opportunity to get a lot of them thriving and follow-up opportunities, down the road. So I think that's perfect, especially for new promoters. But even for us that have been around for a while, I'm trying to think outside of the box and thinking, gosh, someone can order a bottle of Balance and only pay $15, No, I don't want to take Balance and that's it, but it's opening the door of conversation where I can talk with them about other stuff down the road. Or the charcoal mask, they can get that and only pay $5 plus shipping. The Thrive Skin gift set, only $9, plus shipping. So there's just endless opportunities with that. So make sure you're running with that and
Thanks.
with that as well. So that's all I have on that subject. So I'm going to pass it over to Kelsey.
Hi guys, thank you. I'm talking about IPAs, and this is something that I've been doing, I don't want to say every single day, but Monday through Friday, super consistent for like the last 6 weeks. And it's really, really helped. I've always known I need to do IPAs, but I think it's just one of those things where you're like, okay, what are IPAs? What do I need to be doing? And I've even had somebody recently was like, well, I don't have anybody on my team. So what kind of work exactly am I supposed to be doing? So these IPAs that we've been doing with our team are literally things that you can do 5 years into the business or first day starting. So kind of what they are is every single day growing your social media. I've been so selective on who I've been friends with since I started because I've been so nervous about maxing out my friends list, but I haven't been growing it to add potential. So that was something that was a mistake on my part. I was coming up with these bomb posts, like taking time to edit them, come up with a really cool status. And it wasn't even in front of that many people because I wasn't really actually growing my Facebook. So I've started adding new people daily. That's something that I do. Same on Instagram. I follow people daily. Posting I get really bad about posting, but I've been trying to post every single day on Facebook and every other day on Instagram. I want to get to every day on Instagram, but for me right now, that's doable. And then stories. I feel like stories is where everything is shifting, and that's where I get in front of a lot of people that don't see my post. That's where they can actually get to know me, like what I'm actually doing all day long. So for me, I try to post at least 5 times a day. Sometimes I'm going to have more than that, but I try to get at least 5 stories up, and sometimes they're really stupid things, but just to get, just to get anything up. It doesn't have to be all Thrive related. If it is all Thrive related, people are probably going to be snoozing you, like Jolene said. But I kind of learned this, I believe it was on the GOAT training, but a 6 list. And so I bought this cool little pad on Amazon. And I have my 6 list on the bottom under notes, and it's stuff that I want to do every single day. I also have a to-do list and then a must get done list. And I swear filling this out every single day. It also has a health and fitness and a meal prep, but I really like this. It has gratitude on it. It even has a clock so I can kind of see what I'm doing. But for me, whenever I sit down in the mornings, filling this out and then actually sitting down for an hour and knocking out most of it, it makes me feel productive. And when I'm doing my IPAs, I'm doing the exact task that I'm supposed to be. So like if I'm sending people birthdays and they're responding, thank you, I'm not going and finishing that conversation, because if I do, then I will get so off track. I'm not, when it says build relationships, I'm not just scrolling through Facebook, because I know if I do that, I'll do it for an hour and it will not be productive for me. So I do like a specific task. So like building relationships. Okay, how do I want to build relationships today? So one of the things that I do, this is a really cool tip, and you guys probably already do this, but I send birthdays every single day, a birthday message. Hey, I hope you have a great birthday. I hope you have a good day. I don't open their response. I mean, 9 times out of 10, they're going to say thank you. I don't open it till the next day or even 2 or 3 days later. And I say, you're welcome. Did you do anything fun? That's literally what I do. I've had so many conversations started in the last 6 weeks just from doing that. So that's one of the tasks that I like to do. Or I like to go to stories, go all the way to the end and start watching stories of people that I don't talk to on a daily basis that Facebook doesn't put at the top of my stories. Or you can even go to your friends list and go to recent and people that you just added and start building relationships with them. I'm not trying to add a bunch of thrivers here lately, so a lot of the people I've been adding are potentials. So those are some of the IPAs that I do. We have, Carrie Ann does power hours. We've been doing little power hours with our team, but sitting down and actually doing 1 hour of work every single day can accomplish so dang much, but you've got to actually sit down and do it. And that was something that I really struggled with, because I was like, okay, what should my IPAs be? And so writing them out every single day has really, really helped me. The best quote I've ever heard, and I heard it like 5 years ago when I joined, is you can work the business part-time, but not sometimes. And it's so true, because you can't just show up for a week and then not show up for 3 weeks. But what happens if you show up for 1 hour every single day, or 1 hour 5 days a week? Summer is hard. I have an active, I've almost said 5. He just turned 6. I have an active 6-year-old. I worked really, really hard this morning, and I got triple qualified. And then I took Aiden to the pool for 3 hours, and I didn't even have my phone. Like, I was actually in the pool. It's 90 degrees here. So, I mean, that's just part of it. But those 3 hours that I worked this morning, I actually woke up at 5:30 because I wanted to run this morning. So those 3 hours were just really productive work. And I think that's what IPA, is a big part of the business. And also another tip is start doing some type of personal development. I was not doing enough, and I know people say it all the time, but it is crazy when you're fueling your mind personal development, how much of a game changer it is for your business. So those are my little tips with IPA. So I'm going to pass it on. I'm not sure who's next.
I think it's me. Can you hear me okay? Awesome. Hey guys, I'm so excited. I'm talking to you guys about consistency. Consistency is so big in your business, just like Kelsey was talking about with those IPA activities. you can work this business full time, you can work it part time, you cannot work it sometimes. You have to show up. And the story I kind of want to share with you guys, I will not be long, is that even in your darkest day, even when your world comes crashing down around you, you still have the opportunity to show up. It may not be in a big way at that time, but as long as you're still showing up in some way, your business is going to grow. So just for an example, guys, my world did come crashing down around me April 29th, losing my mom. I could have put my foot on the gas and completely unplugged. I had every reason to, and to be honest with you guys, I had every reason not to be on the Zoom tonight, but I am here. But when that happened, I did not completely unplug. I did what I could. You know, I still was consistent. I still showed up daily, maybe not in a huge way, but I did. And I was still able to get 4 customers last month, 4 brand new customers last month. If I would have put my foot on the brakes, all that work I had been doing up until that point of my world crashing down, they wouldn't have wanted to thrive with me. They would have been like, this is girl even still thriving. We don't see her anywhere. She's not saying hi. She's not posting. So I wanted to talk about consistency. Guys, stay consistent. Show up every single day in some way, shape, or form. Do those IPAs. And if you do have your world come crashing down, make that a reason, every reason why you need to show up. Every reason, you know, to take your mind off things, to focus on something positive. I can't say enough how much joy this business brings to me. And sometimes it's hard to see that until you throw yourself back into it and you stay with it. So I believe I'm going to throw it back to Kelsey to cover some things. So Kelsey, I'm shooting it back to you.
I'm actually going to go next. So basically, she was going to talk about some work with me Zooms, but it was just about our income producing activities is what they do on those. So I'm going to discuss really quickly, you guys. I was telling Jennifer, and Carrie Ann kind of knows it, some of these leaders, something that I've been doing about every other week, and I'm going to do one this week. And feel free, if any of you guys want to jump on, invite your team, invite your customers, and invite your potentials. But it has been really big and very helpful for my team as far as getting people thriving and just growing their business in general. But basically what I do is I create a Facebook event a couple of days, and might try to do it tonight or tomorrow. Create a Facebook event, and then I start telling my team, start inviting, you know, your team, your customers, and your potentials to it. And I go live in that Facebook event. So I put down the time, you know, in the event. And then I go do a Facebook Live. And when I do that, you know, I share, you know, a little bit about my story. And we've done this a couple of different ways, but I share about my story. I explain what Thrive is, how it works. I demo the 3 steps. And then I talk about, you know, how you can thrive for free. And then I touch on a little bit about the business opportunity, just how it's free to promote. There's really not much of a difference between a customer and a promoter. Talk about the VIP bonuses, car bonus, and a little bit, you know, about the trips. And then if there's any special promotions going on, I've talked about the rank advancement promotions before. The one I'm going to do this week, I'm going to do it on Thursday. But I'm going to talk about the double and triple commissions and the $25 that are preloaded into the account. So it has been really beneficial. I tell my team, if you're going to invite people, you got to get on, because we want comments, and we want comments from thrivers sharing, you know, how much they're loving their Thrive experience, what lifestyle mix that they want. If they're getting their product for free, we want them commenting that they've been thriving for free. If they're getting a car bonus, we want them commenting about that, because that's just huge validation for all of the guests, you know, that are on. And then I usually do some giveaways because I find it's a little bit easier for you to be able to invite potentials to say, hey, come on this live, you know, check out Dawn's story or listen to my story, you know, what this Thrive Life is all about. And hey, she's doing some giveaways. She's giving away some mini Thrive experience packs. So it gives you a chance, you know, to be able to hear her experience and then also get some product into your hands. So I do that for non-thrivers. I have them basically comment on the post. Usually I do hashtag guest, and then I have them tag whoever invited them, so I know how to get a hold of them. And then I also do a giveaway for everybody, and that's, you know, customers, promoters, potentials. Last time I gave away a package of the the immune system recharge, immune system DFTs, because that's new. So I gave away a package of those. So anyway, I tried to give away for everybody as well, just to try to get the team on there also and get people engaged and they can learn something about a different product. So anyhow, the people, you know, on my team that really plug people into that event, not just going and saying invite to the event, but I tell them, I say, do that first, but then personally reach out to them and tell them a little bit about it. Tell them about the giveaways, use the voice clip or the voice memo, like what Carrie Ann was talking about, or send them a message, send them the link to that event. Do follow-ups with them and say, oh my gosh, she's getting ready to go live, you know, here in 3 minutes. Are you ready to jump on? I'm so excited for you to hear from her and have an opportunity to win a mini Thrive experience pack. So making it really personalized and reaching out and sending follow-ups and reminders and welcoming them. I see that all the time. Oh, welcome, Michelle. I'm so glad you were able to join, you know. But anyway, what we see every time I do one of those is people that are plugging in, they're getting new orders. And we have people even say that, they're like, oh my gosh, I really need this, you know. Or we have existing customers that are flipping over to promoters because they see there's really no difference in the opportunity of the VIP bonuses that they can earn, you know, within their first 2 weeks. Or we have customers, I had this happen just last time. I had told a customer about it and say, hey, can you get some people, you know, on this? Who can you share this with? Let's get you a couple of customers, you know, so you're thriving for free. And sure enough, she did. And one of her friends that she invited actually won, you know, a mini Thrive experience pack and is thriving right now, or was thriving. So whenever she got it. So anyway, it's just been very, really beneficial. And I told Jennifer I'd be more than happy to share it with you guys. So feel free to invite your team. But if you do that, I do encourage you to get on, to set an example and to be a leader, which is really important, and encourage your team to do the same thing. You don't want them just going out there and inviting people. And, you know, it takes a little bit of education on this. I've learned that, you know, you can't just go post on your team page or in a chat and say, hey, start inviting people. You know, I have to educate every single time and say, okay, guys, personally reach out, you know, send them the link, leave a voice clip, because we have a lot of new promoters all the time and they don't know. And you guys, and this is incredible for new promoters, because when they don't know a lot, this, what I'm also finding is that they're learning how incredible our business model is. And I usually go over some stats of the company as well towards the very end, just to show them, you know, what this company is doing and what they've accomplished in such a short period of time. And I'm a numbers person, and numbers don't lie. So that really opens people's eyes as well. But when you have a new promoter just starting and they have something that they can plug, you know, their team into, it just makes it, you know, pretty easy and very duplicatable, like we had talked about before, because those that have been invited and watched it for the first time, then they can duplicate that. The next time they're like, oh yeah, I remember watching Dawn's live. Well, I'm going to start inviting people and get them on the next one. So anyway, that's going to be Thursday night at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I will work on the event and share it with these lovely ladies, and then they can share it out to you guys, so that way you can get it out to your teams. So with that, I don't know who I'm passing it to. Carrie Ann, I think.
Yep. All right, so we kind of came up with a game plan of what we wanted to do for the summer. We're going to get a lot of work with me times out, more power hours. Jolene and I have been doing power hours, and obviously a lot of the other leaders on here have jumped on power hours with us. We've been doing them about 3 years on Tuesday mornings. So we've really, I think it's 3 years. We love Zooms. So we're going to find more times, but we're also asking right now too, do you feel like you're a leader that maybe you're 12K or whatever, you have great ideas, you've been on all the powers, do you want to host one too? You know, we can jump in with you guys, we can help you host, get you more comfortable, you know, and your team will start to see you as more of a leader. Kelsey and I just were, you know, on the phone having a conversation, and I really think that that's huge. You know, I have no problem getting and leading anything, but I've been doing it for a while. You know, so you can't always rely on someone else. You want your team to see you as the leader, that they can come to you. So we're going to, you know, give you guys the opportunity to do things like this. will help you, show you what to do, support you to get some of those things going, but we're going to be providing those as well. We also are going to do a Monday night, kind of like a hustler spotlight, ask your VIP. It's going to be a combination of different things. The Ask Your VIP leadership Zooms we've been doing for a long time. And a lot of times it's just the same leaders. We've been doing this for a long time. We can tell you how we hit the VIP. But how are people hitting the VIP now? Is it the same as when I hit my VIP? It's probably not, guys. So the hustler spotlight that we kind of had in mind is those who are ranking now in, you know, the last few months, earlier this year, or they're ranking back up, or they're maintaining ranks. They're staying in the game. It's the people that are in the game, because I can guarantee you that the newest 12K or the top of our PPA is doing something that I need to know, because and that everybody needs to know. So we want to spotlight that, because we can learn from you guys. Obviously, social media was so different when I began my business than it is now. I mean, I constantly am learning about stories, and I mean, I'm not very good with Instagram. I don't know how to use TikTok. I like to watch it, but it's, you know, there's all different things that we can learn. We're learning from our kids how to grow our business. Just by joining TikTok, you could grow your business, because you're just going to find different avenues to connect. So I really think, what'd you say, picking the brain? Yes, those who are in the game, that's what we want to spotlight. So that's going to be starting on Monday nights, and we're going to have that consistency, consistently on Monday nights. So we'll be reaching out to people. If you have someone that you feel like is a runner on your team that you want us to showcase, or you think has been doing something that like rocks, we want to know about it, because there's a lot of people who are great leaders. They just kind of do their own thing and like to, you know, be under the radar. I know that's totally me sometimes. Yeah, Jennifer is, but so I want those people to show us what they're doing. So we're going to set things up like that, but we're also going to set up a cloud office training. I like to do those. It's probably been 6 months. I know Kelsey and I have done them before, virtual cloud office trainings, where we can dig deep with new promoters. We can go through everything. If you have a topic, you know, I have waiting room videos and trainings. They're older, but I mean, the concept of it hasn't changed. So we can do something fresh. Submit ideas to your leaders of what you need. I can, you know, I'm not going to know what you need as a leader sometimes unless you ask. I can analyze and do a coaching call with you and give you all these great ideas. But unless you're communicating with us, we're not going to know what kind of feedback to give you. So that's kind of our plan for the summertime. It's really just engaging, showing up every day, letting your team see that you're showing up, whether you have one member of your downline that shows up or you have 20. If you're constantly showing up, I personally was like, yes, let's do these. Let's get stuff on the calendar all summer. That holds me accountable. I have to be in the game, or I'm not going to get on the next trip. I'm not going to keep my rank. I'm not going to do anything with my business if I don't continue to show up. So I like that I have to be accountable. I have to be on all this stuff, you know? So I feel like if you show up, even if it's just like Jennifer said, 3 times a week, to do these, and I get it, life happens, and you have kids and crazy schedules. It always isn't going to work out. My kids come first. If I got something I got to do with them, that's what's going to come. I don't care. So that's why you're your own promoter. You do your own business how you want to do it. But we're going to give you the opportunities to plug in. I'm going to let Jennifer wrap this up, and I appreciate everybody's time tonight. We're really excited.
Good shit on. Please.
All right.
Guys, I'm super pumped about this. Thank you so much for showing up for you. Sometimes it's hard, especially with what we're all going through with the world right now. We need to come together. We need to lock arms, and that's exactly what us leaders have decided to do. We are going to collaborate to help you grow. Okay, we can help you and we can work with you, but we can't do this for you. And just like Kelsey said, you can work this business part-time and you can work this business full-time, But the one thing you can't do is work this business sometimes. And so what we're asking you to do is to commit 13 weeks to yourself and your business. It will be amazing to you to what you can prove to grow in 13 weeks. I interviewed Susan Kaufman a few weeks ago on our team Zoom, and it blew my mind that she had a commitment. I think it was 9 weeks. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But she busted out 30 12Ks because they were committed. They showed up every single day. And that's what you guys have to do, even on the hard days. You heard Jessica Williams. She just lost her mama. Guys, she's still in the game. She's still in the zone. Life has smacked her right upside the head, just like it does all of us. But you can't let it bring you down. You have to get better. You can't get bitter. You can't get defeated. You have to rise above it. Lady Gaga said it best on some award ceremony. She said, life is not about winning. It's about how many times you get back up. So if you're the promoter that joined this because you're ready to get kickstarted again, congratulations. We're locking arms with you, and we are running for the next 13 weeks. Text your leader right now. Let them know you showed up and you're ready to go. You set some goals just like Dawn talked about, and you're ready to run. If you're the promoter that's been in it to win it for the last 3 months and you're ready to take it to the next level, guess what? We're here to help you. We want to run with you. We want you to win. And there's so much winning at the top right now. So many people are ranking up. Guys, I haven't counted how many 12Ks we had just last month on our team. Considering the fact of what this world is going through right now, we had people freaking hitting 12K, guys. It's incredible. Great things are happening here. Let it happen to you. You deserve it. We're going to give it to you. We're all in. Guys, I'm pumped up. We're going to get you all the information that was talked about tonight. KA recorded it. And remember, if it's meant to be, it's up to me. We're all in. Let's go. Everybody have an incredible night. See y'all later.